Joe Biden is considering sending US-made kamikaze Switchblade drones to Ukraine as part of a $1 billion defense package aimed at answering President Volodymyr Zelensky's pleas for help. The small, lightweight, and comparatively cheap kamikaze weapons, which are effectively remote-controlled bombs, come in two versions which have been designed to take out tanks or artillery positions. What's next? A war between USA and Russia? If you want to know the answer, make sure to watch the video till the end. There are two variants of the Switchblade drone, the Switchblade 300 for attacks on military personnel and the Switchblade 600 for attacks on armored vehicles. Both drones are smart robots loaded with explosives, which, like a kamikaze, use cameras and an advanced control system to hurl themselves at their targets at lightning speed, then detonate themselves. The military toys are controllable from miles away. Washington has been supplying Ukraine with mostly defensive weapons since Russia's invasion of Crimea in 2014. Of course, they can only be used once, but the advantage is that they are much cheaper than the Hellfire missiles fired by the much heavier Reaper drones. For example, the Switchblade 300 would cost only $6,000. According to experts, such drones can inflict heavy damage on Russian units in Ukraine, which would fail to gain full control of Ukrainian airspace. According to American media, President Biden is considering sending the drones, but is reticent for the time being for fear of further escalating the conflict between Kiev and Moscow. Similarly, he already drew a line under the supply of fighter jets to Ukraine, despite a call to do so by President Volodymyr Zelensky. It is also unclear exactly how many Switchblade drones the United States has in stock, how quickly manufacturer AeroVironment can make new ones, and how much training it would take to teach the Ukrainians to actually deploy the drones. This is definitely our most controversial video that we ever created. Let's have a closer look at what is happening. The most powerful of the two Switchblades, the Switchblade 600, weighs 50 pounds and can hover over a target for 40 minutes before darting down at speeds of 115 miles per hour, piercing armor and destroying a tank. The lighter Switchblade 300 is intended to kill people in the open and passengers in a vehicle. It weighs only 5.5 pounds but can travel for 6 miles, hover for 15 minutes, and then dive down to a target at 100 miles per hour. Both Switchblades are designed to be easily portable, fitting into a rucksack and fired from a tube set up in 10 minutes. They were chosen for their ease of use and because prospective operators require comparatively little training before use. They are also intended to be cost-efficient. A Switchblade 300 costs $6,000 versus a $150,000 a time Hellfire missile, fired from a conventional Predator or Reaper drone. An additional advantage of the Switchblade, AeroVironment say, is that the strike can be aborted seconds before the target is hit, unlike a Hellfire drone. Hellfires have infamously hit targets which later turned out to be innocent civilians. The New York Times reports that the Russian military is not lagging behind in modern warfare. Putin's army is reportedly using a mysterious form of ammunition in short-range missiles that it fires from the border toward Ukraine. This is diversionary ammunition that comes from the fired Iskander-M short-range missiles and causes the Ukrainian missile defense system to fail to properly detect the missiles. It was not known in the international community that Russia possessed or used these decoy devices. The decoy missiles, according to an anonymous source within the U.S. intelligence, are devices about 30 centimeters long that look like a white arrow with an orange tail. The decoy missiles produce radio signals that interfere with the radar used to signal the Iskander-M missiles, and they can get hot in order to attract incoming Ukrainian defense missiles. According to a weapons expert, the use of the decoy munitions could indicate that the Russian military is either becoming reckless or feels a certain urgency in the war. After all, the decoy missiles are now found on Ukrainian territory and can therefore be analyzed by intelligence services from the West. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the U.S. House of Representatives digitally on Wednesday, citing the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Zelensky also pointed to the Japanese surprise attack on the U.S. naval base Pearl Harbor in late 1941. That blow got the United States involved in World War II. Zelensky reiterated his demand for a no-fly zone over Ukraine so the Russians could not attack from the air. Russia turned the Ukrainian sky into a source of death for thousands of people, he said. The Ukrainian leader was greeted with a standing ovation. He spoke earlier to the European, British, and Canadian parliaments, among others. The U.S. Congress already approved a new $13.6 billion package for aid to Ukraine. The U.S. Senate on Tuesday unanimously passed a resolution labeling Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal. The resolution encourages the International Criminal Court in The Hague and other countries to target the Russian military in any investigation of war crimes committed during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. What do you think of this war and all the things that are happening right now? Do you think this could end up in a World War III? Make sure to let us know in the comment section down below.